What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. And man, I keep getting a lot of emails, and the emails that I'm getting are guys who are sending me Twitters or screenshots from Facebook. And usually I can't get to all of them because, we produce a lot of content here on this channel. But I want to shout out to one brother, man, that sent me this screenshot that you're seeing on the screen. And again, this is about chicks who are heavily entitled, right? And pretty much this is a single mom who's talking about there are certain stipulations that you must do if you ask her out on the date. And I'll read both posts she put on the Twitter handle. Dating music! If we're going on a date and you don't offer to pay for babysitting plus a to-go box for my child, we are not going. And then she says again, why should my baby daddy or I have to come out of our own pocket when you're the one asking me out? The whole day should already be planned out, including all extra fees. And I hope we had the dating music on that one, right? So like I said, man, give her a round of applause for this bull. We got to give her a hand clap for this one. This is interesting. And again, I want to also read in between the lines of who she is talking to. All right. Now, from what I can see from the small photo, she seems to be a black woman. Now, looks like she got a little bit of a belly, but probably she's attractive enough for guys to come and talk to her. But what guys is she talking about? What type of men is she putting these stipulations on? Jeopardy music! Exactly. She's talking to black men. So let's read it over again with who she's really talking about. Dating music! Dear niggas, if we're going on a date and you don't offer to pay for babysitting plus a to-go box for my child, we are not going. And again, dear black men, why should my baby daddy or I have to come out of our own pocket when you're the one asking me out? The whole day should be already planned out, including all extra fees. So this is not the first time that I've heard this, and brothers have complained about this, right? And a lot of times when you are a black man, and let's say you have some value, again, being a single father is different than being a single mom. So some brothers may have kids. We do know that a lot of black men do not have kids, but we are a loving group of men. And we are a lot of times forgiving and don't punish a woman for having a child. And especially dating in black America, if you like black women, there's a good chance many of them have a child or more. This is not uncommon in African American communities. But if she looks good, she's fly, she got a nice little booty on her. Come on now, we know we're gonna holler, cause that's what we do. And some women I've heard of, saying stuff like this. To be honest, most women don't. I don't hear most women saying stuff like this, but you do hear women saying, my kids come first, and you gotta prove to me that you're worth me being with you around my kids, and all of that. So there is a little bit of entitlement that single moms have towards a new mate, and that is putting the mate at a third or fourth class, which is why a lot of women that are single moms never get into other serious relationships. But you're asking for a dude to pay for babysitting and to pay for a to-go box for your child, which is interesting because it seems like to me the reason why you're asking for this is because you're not interested in these guys at all. All right. I wonder, because you did mention your baby daddy, I wonder if he had to do those things before you had your child if you had to pay for certain stuff. And really what this is, this is a stipulation for, I'll let you take me out to eat and nothing else is going to happen. Like, and obviously this is meant for guys that she's not interested in. Guys that she's interested in, number one, they don't have to go on a date. All right. If she's interested in the guy, she gonna let you come over, get those draws while the baby is probably in the same room. Hate to say that, but it happens. So if she really wants you to come over and do those things, she'll put that baby to sleep. You ain't gotta do nothing. But if you're a guy that really wants to get to know her, you're gonna have to pay the tax. Maybe you're a nerdy guy, you're an ugly guy, or whatever. But she'll go out and let you get her and her kids something to eat. Meanwhile, when the baby daddy gets through babysitting her and coming home, she gonna let him get it for free also. And I just want to talk about this because, even though problems don't happen at this extreme level, this is why a lot of black men are kind of changing their minds about dating women with children. And again, it's not anything against the child itself. A lot of people think that, a black man hates, they don't like kids. They're afraid of family and commitments. That's not it. A lot of black men want to be fathers, wouldn't mind that. And it's nothing against the kid itself. It's the problems that come along with the child. Baby daddy drama. My kids come first mentality. You just being pushed at the second end of the stick or the spectrum. And really, for a man that has no children, what's the incentive of dating a woman that has one? Especially for a brother who is somewhat successful, middle class, which a lot of black men are. You're asking him to take you on a date. You got a kid. You already having babysitting issues. Why would he need to do that? He gonna pay for the babysitting, okay? Pay for a meal, and all of these things. What does he get out of the deal with that? Even if you do go home and let him, get some, what is he getting out of that? He's getting nothing. Because it's not like all the time he wants to go out on the date with you. This is the same process. You already showing that you're not flexible. Number one, okay? And now you're acting like your time is more valuable than mine. And this is the kind of entitlement that goes on with a lot of women who are, in single mom households and stuff like that. It's not the brother's fault that you got yourself involved in that. Okay? If you don't have a man and you know how hard it is, competitive, it seems like you should be trying to make things easier on the brother. I got a child, yes, but I do want to get into a relationship. Let me be accommodating. And a lot of single moms, the reason why they can't get into serious relationships again, it's not because of the kids themselves, but just because the entitled attitude. You expect that somebody should pay for your babysitting. It's not my fault that you got a baby. That's your fault. And again, what other group of women would say something like this? And to be fair to black women, you ask 100 black women to go out on a date. Maybe 2 would say something like this, but that 2 is enough. I think if you go to any other race of women, you ask 100 of them on a date, 0 say this, okay? But black women will say this in some terms, maybe not the paying for the babysitting, but you might hear, my kids come first, or I don't have time for you niggas right now, or I'm too good for men. You hear that kind of messed up, stuff. And in reality, again, you're not bringing enough to the table to keep yourself competitive. What if the guy that's asking you out on a date is a potential good husband? You completely messed it up by turning him off by saying something stupid like this. And a lot of times I told you about this. A lot of sisters are not putting themselves in position to get a man because they turn potential guys off. They turn guys off on Tinder. They turn guys off on their social media page. they just turn guys off a lot of times by how they present themselves. And then you wonder why you can't get anybody. I'm not saying this is all for all single moms, but this definitely is true for some of them, right? And this is the BS that a lot of brothers are dealing with and are tired of, you know? And this is why you're seeing so many guys go to white women or Asian women. Or let's just be honest, a lot of the sisters that are coming from Africa, the Nigerian American sisters, because you know, for you know, we're gonna be honest, a lot of the newer blacks, the Caribbean black women, the you know, some of the mulatto black women, African black women, they don't have no children. It's a disgrace to the family, and they are working with a lot. They are super thick. They are super fine. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them understand this whole idea of family, you know, supporting a man, like, and they have those values. So it's like, what incentive are you giving me to stay in the black community? And like, and some of y'all have this attitude just to a certain extent. And it's like, you want black men to stay with you, but it's like, how? Why? You're already at a disadvantage. You should act like it. You shouldn't be acting like you're God's gift to somebody when you're already at a disadvantage here. But that's just my take on it, brothers. What do you guys think? You know what to do, the drill. Subscribe, hit the bell. Your boy is in the building. Like the post. We're gonna be out here doing the big. Again, I appreciate everybody for the support. First comment, pinned to the top is all my information. Join my Facebook group, right? I'll put the Facebook group there in the comments. Also, my Facebook fan page. You must like and follow my page before you can get into my group, right? Because make sure that you follow and like my page first. Also, don't forget to check out the Patreon that we have, right? If you want to get the content first. And then also look at our Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. My Teespring there is at the top. Thank you. We've sold over 100 shirts. I'm so grateful to you, black men. And as you brothers know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I really appreciate you, brothers. Peace.